The theme of our lesson is schools in Great Britain. Primary, secondary, state and private schools. Мета – повторення та практикування слівної лексики по темі «Школи Великої Британії». Розпізнавання нових слів в текстах та аудіюванні. Застосування нової лексики по темі в реченнях, висловлюваннях. Motto – Education brings a child the world. Освіта відкриває дитині весь світ. I hope that all of you understand the meaning of these words and the importance of getting a good education. Good morning, children. Sit down. I am glad to see you after school holidays. So the weather is fine, the sun is shining, and I hope all of you are well. Are you comfortable? Perfect. So let's start a lesson. So once again, the topic of our lesson is schools in Great Britain. But first of all, I will tell you in short about schools in Great Britain. What different types of schools do you have in England? Children's education in England is normally divided into two separate stages. They begin with primary education at the age of 5, and this usually lasts until they are 11. Then they move to secondary school. There they stay until they reach 16, 17, or 18 years of age. The main categories of school are local authority maintained schools, state schools, free to all children between the ages of 5 to 16, independent schools, private public schools. Parents pay for their children's education. State schools. In the UK, 93% of the children in England and Wales go to state schools. State schools are non-fee paying, funded from taxes, and most are organized by local authorities. Fee-paying schools, independent schools. 7% of the children in England go to independent schools. Independent schools are known as private schools and public schools. Parents pay for their children to attend this school. And now, children, look at the slides to get more information about primary, secondary, state and private schools. Primary schools. Primary school starts at the age of 5 and this usually lasts until they are 11. Primary schools. Education in the UK is compulsory for children between the ages of 5 to 17. The pupils start their education when they reach the age of 5 and finish at the age of 16 or 17. Primary schools, primary classrooms in state schools. The building of a secondary state school is rather modern. There are 8 main types of state secondary school in England: academies, city technology colleges, comprehensive schools, free schools, grammar schools, secondary modern schools, studio schools, university technical colleges. Public schools. UK education system. You can see it is very complicated. Public schools. 7% of the children in England go to independent schools known as private and public schools. Private schools. Private schools are very expensive. Parents pay for their children to attend private schools. So, we are really prepared for the reading of the text about English school children and about their school. But before that, let's repeat our new words. Open your books on page 68, vocabulary box. Repeat after me, please. An education, a technology, national, primary, secondary, typical. To take an exam. So, children, open your books on page 68, exercise number 1, point B. Start reading one by one, paying attention to the new words. Schools in Britain. Ted and Mark go to a typical British school. When they were 11, they left their primary school and went to the secondary school. Now they are 13 and they are in year 8. British school children study the same subjects and have the same lessons until they are 13. At 13, they choose the subjects they want to do for the national GCSE, General Certificate in Secondary Education exams. They take these exams in year 11, at the age of 16. British children should take national exams in 6 subjects, although they may take more. Then they might stay at school for 2 more years and study for 2 or more A-level exams. But they might leave school after their GCSEs. Ted and Mark are doing 8 subjects. They have to study English and maths, and they have chosen French, physics, biology, chemistry, art and design, and information technology. Their classmates chose different subjects, so they don't have many lessons together, even though they're still in the same form. They are taking their GCSE exams in June. They also do PE, but there isn't a PE exam. Ted and Ma go to school from Monday to Friday. School starts at 8 o'clock. There is a 20 minutes break at 10:30. They have lunch at 1 o'clock. A few people go home, but most of them eat lunch in the canteen. Afternoon lessons start at 1:45 and finish at 3:45. After school, the boys do sports. In their school, pupils can also join the music group or belong to a club. When they get home, they have to do their homework. They like their school, but Ted hates the uniform they have to wear. After school, the boys would like to go to university, but none of them has decided what they want to study yet. So, having read this text, we shall do exercise 1, point A. Here, your task is to read the statements and say if they are true or false. Read the statements and say if they are true or false. British children start school when they are 6. They leave their primary school when they are 11. When they are 13, they go to the 10th form. They start a school day at 8 o'clock. They usually have lunch at school. They don't have lessons in the afternoon. They go to school on Saturday. Well done. No mistakes. Thank you. Your next task is to open your notebooks and fulfill the exercise 2 on page 70. You have to complete the sentences according to the text. When British school children are 11, at 13, they should take GCSE in. They might leave school. If they decided to go to university, they should. In the school, pupils can also join. So, good. Let's check what you have written. Well done. And now, be very attentive. A famous English journalist and blogger, John Brown, will tell you about schools in Great Britain. I hope it will be very interesting for you. In the end, you will have to retell the text.
Welcome to my brand new series, Britain Explained, where I'll guide you through different aspects of British culture. Today we're looking at the British education system, and I'm going to show you how this country learns. So if you're ready, let's do this. Welcome to Eat, Sleep, Dream English. If you haven't met me before, my name is Tom, and I teach fresh, modern British English so that you can take your English to the next level and achieve your life goals. Today, we're looking at the British education system, and I'm going to break down how it works in 15 steps. So let's get to number 1. The first thing to note is that education is compulsory from the ages of 5 to 16. That means that everybody in the country has to go to school. In 1988, the national curriculum was introduced. The national curriculum is a framework for learning. It was brought in to standardize learning across the country so that all students were learning the same things. In Britain, we have 2 main types of schools. We have state schools and private schools or independent schools. A state school is a school that's free. It's open to everybody. It's government funded and you don't have to pay. So it's for anybody to attend. Now the other type of school is a private school or independent school. These are fee-paying schools, so students are expected to pay fees per term, and they don't have to follow the national curriculum so strictly, whereas in a state school they have to follow the national curriculum. In addition to private schools or independent schools, we also have public schools. These are a group of schools that are the most expensive, the most elite, if you will. For example, we've got Eton, Harrow, Cheltenham Ladies College. These are the kinds of schools that royalty go to. For example, Prince Harry and Prince William both went to Eton. So it sounds like they should be free, right? Public school, but in fact, it's the opposite. So when we're 5 years old, we go to primary school. Primary school is the first school you'll go to. It's from 5.
So children, now please retell the text. Who can add anything? Well done, thank you. And the last task for today is a little bit of grammar practice. Open your books on page 64. Remember, we use should, shouldn't to ask for and to give advice or to express personal opinion. Should I call him? Should I go to his house? No, you shouldn't. You should wait. I think you shouldn't spend all your money on makeup. You should stay in bed if you are sick. When we hope for the better, but don't know something for certain. The weekend should be nice. Our friends have done everything to make it nice. Do you understand the grammar material? Good. Now we have another interesting exercise, exercise 1 on page 64, dealing with this grammar material. Let's do it orally. Complete with should or shouldn't. It's getting late. Yes, we should go back before it gets too dark to see. You shouldn't do things to hurt other people. Yes, sometimes I should think first. Should we buy the tickets the day before the concert? Yes, we should. We shouldn't wait until the last minute. You have everything you need. It shouldn't be too hard to do your homework. Yes, I should start today. You shouldn't spend all your free time playing computer games. I know, I shouldn't, but I'm crazy about them. If you have a temperature, you should stay in bed. Yes, the doctor says that I shouldn't go to school before Monday. Parking near schools shouldn't be allowed. I agree. But where should teachers and parents park them? Why should I walk if we have 3 cars? You should walk as much as possible. It's good for you. And here are the keys. You may check yourself. So, thank you very much. So, children, during the lesson we have learned a lot about schools in Great Britain, and I hope it was really interesting for you. By the way, I think it's a good idea to make a project, Schools in Ukraine. Think it over and we shall do it together. I am very pleased with you. You have worked hard today. You have worked well. Thanks for your attention and cooperation. Bye-bye.